Okay guys, hey, welcome back. This is video number 4. We're doing the plastic gauging right now on the crank. I always recommend doing the plastic gauging, and when you do it, you do it with the bearings and the journals dry. And as you can see here, I put a plastic gauge in, a piece of plastic. This is what it looks like. It can kind of come out, you break off a little piece, and I already stuck it on here. I didn't want to waste a bunch of time on the video showing the rest of them. The rest of them do have plastic in the journals, and when you put the plastic down on there and you tighten it down, you don't turn the crank, because if it does, you'll smear it and it'll throw off your reading. So you put it together dry, you torque it, and that's what we'll do now. The last video, I was talking about lubing the threads. They're lubed, see how oily it is? And we're going to run that in. And always start the bolts with your fingers. Run them in a little ways. If the main cap gets cocked a little bit, it may get a little tight or something, but at least run them in 2 or 3 turns. Now we'll run it in with this, just real careful. And again, go back and forth and go easy. If something don't feel right, stop and check it. It's always good to stand back and look sometimes, and just like right here, make sure that the journal and the bearings making contact, there's nothing goofy going on. I did that when I initially put the crank in, because sometimes you can caulk it in there and it don't rest real good. Now the other thing is, other trade secret is, when you go to tighten bolts down, a lot of guys will stand on the end and try to tighten it, the whole engine stand moves. What I do, I'm right-handed, so I put my right foot on the engine stand. I come up here and I pull. And I usually just put it like on 50 first, and then on a 65 torque, I'll torque it at 50. Then I'll come back and torque 65, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna go off a feel here. And I'll just go back and forth till it clicks. Get yourself a good torque wrench. I don't really like the needle type much. I used to have to use that back when I didn't have much money, but get yourself a good, I like Snap-on when it comes to precision things, but get yourself a good Snap-on torque wrench. There again, I'm not advertising for them, I just buy them, their stuff because I do like it. But you hear the clicks, go back and forth 2 or 3 times. We did that. Now we're going to zap that off, and we can use the impact on that. And I'll come on over here. We'll zap it off, hammer it off, and then we'll gauge it, and that will conclude the video. A couple whacks with the hammer. I usually back a bolt out just a little bit. Do this, lift it off like this. You take the gauge, make sure you're on the inch scale. There we are, which is right here. And see how wide that is right there. Place it in there. We're about right here. Match it up to the white right there. We're about 1.5 thousandths. And it might even be a hair bit tighter. Not quite in 1/1000th of an inch, but about 1.5 thousandths. That is perfect. That's what we want to see. That's crucial. So the next video, we'll be putting in the pistons, installing the piston, and we'll plastic gauge one. I don't always plastic gauge every one of them. I'll talk to you about how to plastic gauge one, and then you shake the others. And there's a trick to that. If you plastic gauge all of them, it takes a lot of time, and when you're putting the pistons in, you're dealing with oil. It's hard to keep things dry. So this is a major thing that you must do, because if they all don't look like this, one of them is like extremely thin, it hadn't smushed down, then you know that you have a problem. You have a too large of a journal, and you'll have to correct that before you put it together for the final. Okay, so that concludes this video, and we'll see you on the next one.